Welcome to the Eisenstein Effect. I'm your host, Vickie Eisenstein, and this is my guest,
Chore Boy, aka Dan Rahrig, aka Little Danny Rahrig, aka Baby Cock Gun Money Captain, Chores Truly, Giorgio Armani, Georgia O'Keefe, Joseph Jordan Levitt. We out here.
Joseph Jordan Levitt. So what should I call you?
Chore Boy.
Why don't you tell everyone what you do?
I am primarily a rapper these days. Rapper slash actor slash comedian slash improviser slash personality. Working on a lot of music these days, especially with my play partner Brad Kemp. We've been doing a song a week. Just as Good Fridays, dropping every Friday for the entire year. And then currently we're...
Did you start on Good Friday?
No, we started on like the first Friday of the year.
Oh, was it in
Well,
April
not the first. That was January 1st,
Yeah.
I think. So we caught it the next week.
Gotcha. Was it a New Year's resolution?
Yeah, pretty much. It was like, hey, Brad, will you do this for a whole year with me? And he's the first person I've ever met to actually be down to work as fast as I wanted. So
That's so awesome.
yeah, we did. We just put out the 13th track of the year. Like 39 more to go.
Awesome.
And then the project we're currently working on is called D.R.U.G.S, Dan Rahrig Under Great Stress. And we're having an album release show for that April 30th at MCL, and that's currently the focus and the goal.
You have an album then, a physical CD?
I have a couple of albums dropping. I have D.R.U.G.S dropping, and then a collaborative album with my friend Big Lee, Liam McCarthy from Dave Korea, the group I'm in, called Grown Men by Wrigley Feel, and that's dropping around the same time. End of April, we have like a 3-album release show happening.
Gotcha.
And for all of the releases, he's doing a solo as well. We're putting them on USB drives with the album. Yeah, we're putting them on USBs and stuff.
That's so awesome.
So we're doing the album, like a zip of all our old material, interviews such as these. We're putting just bonus content, music videos,
Is that normal to release your album on a USB these days?
I don't know necessarily, but I'd read an article like that computers aren't being made anymore with CD drives.
Yeah.
And so
Mine doesn't have it.
yeah, and so like if you're at a show and you want to buy my album, what am I going to sell you? Like an index card with like a code that you have to go online for? It's not going to feel like something you want to pay for.
Yeah.
So
you want something physical that you're holding, yeah.
right. So we bought USBs in bulk, and we're going to kind of life of Pablo, or at least I am with my album, kind of do what Kanye did with his most recent album of like put it on that USB, maybe tweak it a little after the fact, sit on it, and like since we're going to keep loading it onto USB drives, it's very easy to replace that file. And so when you're buying it, you'll be buying like almost a version of the album until we put it out on like Spotify and everything middle of July.
Actually, I'm interested. What are your thoughts on Kanye and the latest album?
Oh man. I am a huge Kanye supporter / Kanye apologist / anything. Like
Gotcha.
Kanye 2020 for sure. Honestly, like he is like he's super arrogant. He has his character flaws. And he's bad at articulating himself in the public at times, maybe on purpose, but he has revolutionized hip-hop several times over, and like I feel like this most recent album, the way he's done it, and like today put it on Spotify, it has some tweaks from when he had it out on Tidal, and like the way it was done kind of disjointed and all over the place, like it's innovative again, and it'll take people a while to digest, but like the songs are incredible, the sonics of it are great. He's bringing like people like Chance to kind of carry the torch for Chicago. Like I love it.
So how did you get into rap and hip hop?
I've listened for a really long time. Like I've always loved music. As a kid, I loved it. Tried to play instruments, just didn't have that ability necessarily innately. And so I was always a little bummed about that. And then I started listening to hip hop as a young teenager. Loved it. Knew it wasn't necessarily like culturally my genre to identify with. Like shaved my head when I was 11 to be like Eminem and shit and all that, like a little idiot. And then in college, when I was doing comedy with a group called Sketch 22 at UMass.
I like that, Sketch 22.
It's stupid, yeah. After these shows, we would go to like the comedy house afterward, and people would just freestyle, just screw around. And I was like decent at it, and it was fun, and we did it a lot. And then a couple of years went by and we kept doing it. We started writing songs, and my friend Brendan, who's really good at producing and stuff, we started to fuck around and do it. And now we've been doing it for 7 years. Yeah, and now it feels kind of natural, and it would be silly if I've been doing it for 7 years and we weren't like decent at it by now.
Yeah.
So now it's kind of time to show and prove.
So do you really do more comedic rap, or do you ever do it very seriously?
Well, yeah, so it started just straight comedy rap. I released like a mixtape called Tunes from the Basil Patch in August of 2013. And that was straight comedy. For a while it was straight comedy because that's what felt the most genuine and sincere. Like I couldn't go like make some of the music I really enjoy because it wouldn't be, I can't make some really hard gangster record about like slanging this or that because it's not really genuine to who I am. But then over time I was doing it more, and I had always kind of liked it because I had written poetry a lot as a kid. And so I wanted to start saying stuff, and so I released a couple little serious projects. And Drugs is mostly serious. Like it has funny moments because hip hop has funny moments, but yeah, Drugs is a serious record, and then Wrigley Feels Grown Men, that's an entirely comedy record, so we split our time with it now, I would say.
So do you compose the beats as well, or do you mainly just do the lyrics?
I never do beats. I'm not like musically inclined. So like when I go to somebody who makes beats, it's like up to them ultimately how that sounds.
Really?
When I go to a tattoo artist, it's up to them how it looks. Like nothing I have is like what I expect it to get necessarily.
Really?
So yeah, I'll go with the idea or like the template for what I want and like really give it to them.
So how did you like ask for this one that's on your...
So this is by Tomas Garcia. He's a tattoo artist from Barcelona. Spends a lot of time in Canonsburg, Pennsylvania as well, which is where I caught him. I knew I wanted to get a Triskelion, which is this kind of wrapping three-pronged symbol, and it's just a symbol for like the eroding nature of time and kind of progress and continuation, and like dedication. And it was on ancient Celtic shields and ancient Roman shields around the same time before they had really like clashed, so to speak. And that's the crux of my heritage, like most of my heritage is that. And so I went to him, I always liked his style, and I was like, do a Triskelion in your style. And so that's what it looked like. He drew it up,
so cool.
put it on my hand, drew it up and put it on my hand in 2 hours time.
That only took 2 hours?
Only took 2 hours, yeah. He's incredible. He's like the master of like dot work or like hand tattoos. He's the man.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed.
So yeah, he's awesome. So like with
basically
any artist,
you just find an artist who you know is really great.
You gotta trust them.
Yeah.
And the same thing with like production, which is why the Brad Kemp relationship was so organic. I approached him like a year ago for Baby Cock Gun Money to be our musical director. We're a long form improvised hip hop group. And then over time he asked if I might want to do music because he was starting to produce, and I was like honored because he's like around the scene pretty heavily. Like he's a musical director for Second City and so on and so forth. Very busy man, prestigious fellow, and so we started to work, and I leave my production up to him largely. Like most of Drugs is produced by him, and I just trust him because he's a dope musician. When you get like a bona fide musician, like we had Kevin Miller, who's a saxophonist, in yesterday, and like real musician, and they just clicked and were able to make it happen real fast. Like people can read music and all that stuff. Like that's not me. I'm just a straight rapper.
Well, it is like somebody's brain is almost wired differently. That's immediately how they think and how they feel, and it's like, yeah, of course.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh, big time. Not my way at all. Words have always kind of been my thing more. So I'll write stuff. I'll write like hooks, and then I can't sing super dope, so I'll bring people in to sing it. But you'll hear me singing a little on the album, like a little bit. So
do you have a song that is your favorite from what you've been producing recently?
What's fun is kind of like every one we do each week is my new favorite.
Oh, that's great.
Which is the feeling you want to have.
Yes, definitely.
But there's a couple of Cadillac is really dope. We kind of chopped and screwed my vocals, and it's over just like a guitar lick and some really soulful vocals by Matthew Payne and Kat Thomas.
Cool.
That was great. This Bowie record Brad made, a song called Truth Be Told that's really just kind of a more spoken wordy type thing on a straight piano. Yeah, I'm feeling, and the album we're making is really cool because we really want to take you on a journey of like, it's Dan Rahrig under great stress, so like coming to your vices or your crutches because of stress and like what that journey can be like and what mine was like, sort of. And sonically it's really cool. It has really, really dark moments and really, really light, fun, like optimistic moments. So.
I'm really curious because you seem like a very like deep sort of person, you know, like
I don't know about that.
Or something. No?
I guess.
Do you identify with any certain like religion or philosophy?
No, I don't really. So I was raised Roman Catholic, which like, you know, jobless, whatever you're into, man. But like the whole like we blessed it and now it's literally the skin of Christ and stuff like that was all a little like, well, okay, man. So I kind of fell off of the religion wagon, but I'm really into the idea of synchronicity, which is like a Carl Jung concept, which is like the interrelatedness of seemingly random events and like kind of. I see it as kind of signposts that you're on the right path in life. So I'm really into that, and I'm really into like the ability innately in like any one of us to do what we want to do. Like I'm really into that whole idea and kind of self-actualization. Yeah. So I'm spiritual in those kinds of ways, and this album deals with a lot of that. Because that's kind of how I found like a bit more like peace or like knowledge of myself a bit. Was like a little bit of psychedelics and like a little bit of just gaining comfort with who I was as a person. Yeah.
I guess then I'm kind of interested in where do you see yourself going with this? Like, what's the future for Chore Boy or Dan?
I don't know. Well, the thing is, people move out here and move and do this pursuit, and they say like, oh, well, we'll see what happens, and then at 30, I'll like reflect or whatever. And I always found that mindset weird. I thought that was like, you're counting yourself out, like just throw all your chips in the game and do it. So like. This is kind of a lifelong journey for me and whatever it takes. Maybe rap will get boring to me or it won't go anywhere, but like I don't really make it necessarily because I'm like, with this record, I'm going to pop off and it'll be huge because like who fucking knows? And if you're doing it for that reason, I don't think it's really going to happen for you. Yeah. So I try to just do what sincerely interests me and like feels right in my gut. And so I would love, like I'm going to try to go tour with this a little bit in the fall. I would love to pursue this. I think I enjoy it more and more and I see more of a direction in it the more I go. And right now we're like the best kept secret, like to humble brag on you a little bit. Like,
is that even a humble brag?
No, it's just a straight brag. I just got swag on him for a second. Like freestyle wise, I feel like very dominant in the city. And so like in that regard, it's just like I do that for a while, stay doing what you're good at.
Do you ever go to any of those sort of like, I don't know, they call them like a rap battle or something?
I don't really battle. It's not really my bag. I'm not interested in it. I'm not afraid to at all. But
He's making that known.
I'm making it known. Like I'll take anybody for real, but I'm not interested in doing it. It's not as fun for me. I'm much more interested in just ciphering, which I should do more of. But like as I was saying,
what is ciphering?
It's like when you get a bunch of people together and you just kick some flows over a beat. Just
so it's like a jam?
Yeah, like ideally it's freestyling in the actual sense where you're making it up on the fly.
Gotcha.
Which is what I respect, but a lot of rappers these days call it freestyling if it's just like a verse you haven't heard before. They'll like read it off their phone or whatever. That's like, to me, like, be a master of your craft, and like rather than me running around and doing a million sketch and improv shows, this has kind of become the focus. And so stay good at this and maybe you'll get your opportunities and whatever. And if not, whatever, I'm having a hell of a time. So
gotcha. Could I ask you to like freestyle a verse?
Oh, no doubt. So from a song called Me and Mine, which is the last one on the album, which is with like all my homies, like all the ones who really hold me down around the record. And so the chorus is, why can't it be me though? And then like refrain, cause nothing beats me and mine, nothing beats me and mine. And the verse I have is, stoned like I was at work that got me to trouble. I think I'm Fred Flintstone, but I was still Barney Rubble. This double life as a farmer's hand just doesn't suit me. Went from tunes from the Basil Patch to tunes with the Shroom King. I knew from that first trip I took after the handshake. I was tripping, living only for the man's sake. Had to get at my natural progression. Knew from the get that's how a go-getter get his. I stalled out on the side of the highway. Now it's fuck you, I'm doing it my way. No love lost. No love lost, no burnt bridges. We weren't bitches, it's decisions, it's just business, it's just business. Had a dream and this is city for the chasing of it. Never felt at home until this group where I was lacing something. With soulful melody, cause I still got one. What's love if it isn't an option? Why can't it be me though? Yeah, sorry for the swears. You can bleep me on that a little bit. I was trying to think of something clean on the fly, which is like, it doesn't exist on this album.
Yeah, it's fine.
I could have done the song about like suicide, but I don't want to get like dark on you.
Yeah.
But it's fun. Like the Suicide record we do is really like upbeat, and it's like still like kind of one of those like amp you up like workout kind of songs. But it's, if you listen to the lyrics, it's super dark. Yeah, you asked me to freestyle for real though, which I totally could do, but I'll need your help in the way of just like some snaps. So if we just like, and then Vickie, give me a word, like anything that's been on your mind or happening in your week, or a phrase you've heard that you liked.
YouTube is all I do. YouTube.
Yeah. YouTube, it's all I do. 21st century cat, how about you? Yeah, I'm just catching a whole new groove, following myself on an iPod like you too. Ooh, you can call me Bono. I can take over a beat like Mono a Mono. Take over the country like Ronald McDonald. Yeah, they think it's all prepared, but it's off the top though. Top flow, yeah, it's in this cat's cradle. When I twist it fucking up, spitting tracks like dreidels. Yeah, and it don't always make sense, but still I got a camera lens for you to dispense all of this content to the interwebs. I've been doing it strictly for the internet. With Vickie Eisenstein, we feeling more than fine. I'm Chore Boy and I'm back on a different grind. We make it up as we go along. Throw a whole new groove on a different song. I don't even need a bong no more, I could do it sober. I'ma beat rap until my face is blue and it's October. Yeah, and it ain't no new metal. Yeah, I keep doing this shit, they keep their heads in credit. List the fact that I've been doing it, I could list all these words off the top. Yeah, you get the effing gist. Yeah, like an exorcist when I'm taking demons. I've been giving you about 99 reasons to solve your problems and get the fuck over it. I've been doing it, throwing parties like Oktoberfest. And we back in this shit, yeah, you know it is. Old school like a Nova is. If we driving alongside of the highway, yeah, you know I live my life my way like BK. Chilling with my boys in DK, never decay. Like decadence, though we do live decadent. Back on this shit cause we stay in repetitive. So damn excellent, what be your preference?
Everybody, I'm super sorry that my camera, I forgot to check if my card was full or not, and so we lost the end of that.
Freestyle done broke the camera. So I told you we're out here like that.
But that was so amazing, and I was just, as I was trying to check my card, I was saying, I was like, you know, when I ever do, you know, an improvised poem or I try to do a rap song, I'll get a few lines in and then I'll start to freak out because it's just so much pressure to rhyme and stuff.
Yeah, but it's not like, it's just like for an improviser who's really good, when you're playing a really fun character and you can get lost in that character because you're just enjoying it and it feels natural. That's where you can get to with rapping. Like when I'm doing it my best in terms of freestyle, I'm not thinking so much about, oh crap, I need to think the next word and the thing that's clever, but I can actually just speak and say a thing that I believe or want to say or speak to and just arrive at rhymes organically. They just kind of unfold in front of my face. So cool. You can kind of reach that point. It's just one of those like 10,000 hour things, no Macklemore, that like you have to push yourself through a little bit, and like we've been doing it for 7 years now, and so when I said like it would be silly if I wasn't good at it, and I've been doing it for 7 years, and I'm just competitive by nature. Like I love reading autobiographies like George Carlin's, where he was like never satisfied with what he did, always watching in his rearview mirror for who was coming for the throne, and like if I'm gonna do this, I want to be the best. And like, if you get like a couple of beers in me, I get super audacious, and I'm like, oh, I'm the best freestyler in Chicago, better than this and that, and like, but like, you really have to believe that if you're doing this. I think that's like a hip hop mentality you have to have, and I do. Like, F it, I will take anybody freestyle wise for sure. Like, me and my team rise to that occasion. So, I just am trying to release recorded music that's kind of on par with that skill set now, and right now we're kind of doing the kind of a high art concept album, and then the next release I'll focus on is going to be Chore Favorite Album for like the first quarter of next year. So we're just going to keep putting out singles and like little EPs and projects with collaborators, but because I can't stop, like even just a song a week
can't stop, won't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. Like if you stop, you're lazy. If you get comfortable in your rhythm, you're lazy. Like you ain't got to tell Vickie that shit. Like we're on the hustle for real. You just have to stay moving and stay motivated, and like I said, I'm not in it for like it'll happen then or now, because like I would have been ready for an opportunity a couple years ago the way I'm ready for it now. So like we'll see what happens. We're doing it for the love, we're doing it for the culture. Beloved Gang, I can't believe I haven't shouted out Beloved Gang until now. That's
who are they?
What it's about. Beloved Gang, actually you're in the Beloved Gang. Welcome. You've been in it, but now you know. The Beloved Gang is just
so secret you don't even know if you're in it.
It's the people in the Chicago community and also just the world at large who are like doing it for the right reasons. Who are doing it for the culture, doing it for the art, doing it for the love. They're not out there culture vulturing at each other's throats or like trying to push other people out of the limelight or whatever. Like we're all trying to win together, do it for the right reasons. Like help society and help the world with art, man. You know, and like and you know just appreciation for each other and the crew. Like Beloved Gang rolls deep, because if you're at the show and you hear about Beloved Gang and you F with us, like your Beloved Gang now. So, yeah. Welcome to the Beloved Gang for those of you out there. And for the doubters, you're missing out, honestly. Like, you slept on the Beloved Gang and sleep at your own peril. Because anytime a mother effer tries to curse us out or get us out of venue, like, doesn't happen. You gotta side with the people doing it for the right reasons. Let's win together, for real, Beloved Gang. So.
Yeah. No, I like that. Usually I'm like, so what do you want to say? But I don't think I have to do that now.
I said Beloved Gang, Drugs, Dan Rahrig Under Great Stress, April 30th, 7:30 p.m. That's a Saturday. The album release show of a trifecta, Chore Boy's Drugs, Big Lee's One Giant Leap for Mankind, and our collaborative piece as Wrigley Field called Grown Men. You got comedy, you got seriousness. Jamprov is on the bill backing us up. We got Handsome Naked, we got our girls in production. It is going to be an absolute blowout. We going for a 75-minute set, really running with the ball. So, throw it up one time. Beloved Gang, we really out here. Vickie Eisenstein, Eisenstein Effect, we out here. Like, you better be ready. Sleep at your own peril. SoundCloud.com/ChoreBoyRaps, Facebook.com/ChoreBoyRaps. That's Chore Boy like I do the chores, I am a boy, and I do rap. Chore Boy Raps. Instagram, same handle. Drugs, Dan Rahrig Under Great Stress. May 3rd, official release date. Worldwide on the internet sometime in July. But you gotta holler for your copies. Exclusives, USB drives. Real underground. For the culture, I told you.
Will you mail them to people who request them?
Absolutely.
Okay.
We'll mail it to people. We'll bring it to your house. We'll smoke one together, and we'll plug the USB in your computer. We'll break it down. I'll give you the Kanye West, Will Ferrell interaction of like, what you think, man? We're still perfecting the album. Because we're doing it for you. I don't know what perfect is for this album. You're going to help me figure it out.
Everybody, thank you for watching or listening. If you're listening to the podcast, make sure that you check out @Eisenstein, EFCT on Twitter. Also, www.VickieEisenstein.com is my website where you can find videos, audio, all sorts of fun stuff. Every once in a while, I even make a blog post. Check out my personal Twitter @VickieIronstone. And yeah, I think we're good plugging. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you press subscribe. And make sure that you share it so that you show you care.
Absolutely. Share that love. Beloved Gang.
Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you, Vickie. Appreciate you.